Hi, welcome back to Accounting with Vernon, your journey towards a better grade in the corporate and management accounting paper for the Edexcel specification. Today, we are going to look at issue of shares. For the past few days, I have been taking you through the capital structure of limited companies. We looked at how the capital structure is made up of. We looked at the authorized share capital, the issued share capital, the called up share capital. I then went and mentioned about the capital reserves and the revenue reserves. And then I also mentioned about the IPO process, the initial public offering. So today, we are going to go one step ahead and we are going to see exactly the accounting entries regarding the issue of shares. The accounting entries regarding the issue of shares. So in this lesson, I'll be taking you through a question which will show you exactly how a company will record its transactions. Basically, I did break it down on my last presentation that when a company issues shares, there will be an issue price. So the issue price has to be collected from potential investors or shareholders later, which we broke it down into the stages like the application stage, the allotment stage, and the call stage, just for our understanding. We also understood that a company will issue shares at a price greater than its nominal value, right? Shares will be issued at a price greater than its nominal value, and there comes the share premium amount. So all these things mixed up in one question, you'll have to have a very good idea about the accounting entries. You'll have to know how to pass these accounting entries in your books. There are past paper questions where the examiner has tested your knowledge on preparing ledger accounts, preparing the journal, and you have to have a good idea about the theory behind these transactions. So today my objective of the lesson is to take you through a very simple illustration which will give you an idea about the accounting process. For your information or for your understanding, I put down a very small illustration here. It says ordinary shares of £1 each, 100,000 ordinary shares have been issued at 1.1 pound, 1.2 pounds each. Okay, 1.2 pounds each. Applications are received for 120,000. Okay, so we have received applications for 120,000. Excess applications were rejected and refunded. Okay, excess applications were rejected and refunded. The amounts payable on the shares are application 0.5 including the premium, allotment 0.3 and call 0.4. So 0.5 plus 0.3 plus 0.4 makes up 1.2, and that's the issue price of a share. What's the nominal value of a share? £1. So we know if the issue price is 1.2 and the nominal value of a share is £1, the excess between those two is the share premium. So you have to keep the share premium also in mind. Where is the share premium? The share premium here is in the application amount. The share premium is in the application amount, right? So the first step that we have to do is to see how to record these transactions. So the first one we are going to look at is how to record the application money. How to record the application money. So the application money will be how many applications are we receiving? How many applications are we receiving? We are receiving 120,000 applications, isn't it so? 120,000 applications. What's the application amount? 0.5. So this is going to be multiplied by the application amount 0.5. Okay. So 120,000 to 0.5 will be 60,000 pounds. Number of applications into the application money. Now what happens here? I told you in my IPO process, prospectus done. Investors have seen exactly how many shares they have to they are going to buy, or they have decided how many shares they are going to buy from the company, and they start applying to the application forms and also the application money. So the company is going to get now 120,000 to 0.5, 60,000 pounds. Okay, 60,000 pounds. What happens? There will be a cash inflow. So when there's a cash inflow, your bank is going to be debit. So the application money received will be bank account is debit by how much? 120 into 5. That will be 60,000. That will be 60,000. We are getting the application money. So we are going to open up an application and allotment account. We are going to open up an application and allotment account. We will credit the application and allotment account by 60,000. Is it clear? So your application money, bank is debit, application allotment is credit. We can also create, instead of an application or share allotment account, but I have seen in the past papers of Edexcel, the mark scheme, the examiner, most of the time he uses the word application and allotment. So we'll stick with application and allotment. Is it clear? Application money, number of applications into the application amount, 0.5, that was 6,000, bank account debit, application allotment credit. Okay. Now you can see here in this illustration, when 0.5 has been collected on application, including the premium, you can see there are two things in that. What is it? Part of it is going to be the nominal value, part of it is the share premium. Is it clear? Because 0.5 is included the premium. So we have understood that the premium was how much? 1.2 pounds issue price minus nominal value pound 1 was 0.2. So if the premium is 0.2, the nominal value is the difference between the two. Isn't it so? So the next stage that we are going to do is we are going to see now in this 0.5 how to transfer the nominal value and how to transfer the share premium. How to transfer the nominal value and how to transfer the share premium. So what we will do is, I'll do a small work in here for your reference. I'll take the number of shares that we issued, 100,000. Okay. I collected this at 0.5 each. So that was 50,000. That was 50,000. That was 50,000. Yeah, that was 50,000. Okay. So I've got 50,000 here, isn't it so? I've got 50,000 here. In this 50,000, I'm having a nominal value amount and a share premium amount. Is it clear? In this 50,000, I'm having a nominal value amount and a share premium amount. How much was the share premium? Share premium was pound 1.2 minus pound 1 was 0.2. Isn't it so? So the share premium is 0.2. How much did I collect on the application? 0.5, isn't it so? 0.5 minus 0.2, 0.3 would have been the nominal value. Is it clear? 0.3 would have been the nominal value because I collected at 0.5. If 0.2 is the premium, 0.3 is the nominal value. Then my nominal value will be now 50,000 into 0.3, sorry, 100,000 into 0.3 and 100,000 into 0.2. So that will be 100,000 into 0.3 will be 30,000. 100,000 into 0.2 will be 20,000. Now you can see 30 plus 20 makes up the 50. 30 plus 20 makes up the 50. Remember, the nominal value will always go to the ordinary share capital. Nominal value always go to the ordinary share capital. Share premium, of course, has to go to the share premium. Is it clear? Nominal value has to go to the ordinary share capital. Share premium has to go to the share premium. Now we have found the two amounts. Now where is this 50,000? This 50,000 is already in the application and allotment account. Is it clear? It's already in the application and allotment account. How will I transfer? If I want to remove it from here, I will debit my application allotment account. I will debit my application allotment account. I will credit my ordinary share capital. I will credit my ordinary share capital by how much? By the nominal value. So I will credit my ordinary share capital by 30,000 nominal value. I will credit my share premium 20,000 by the share premium amount. And I will debit my application and allotment account by this amount. Is it clear? What have I done? I have taken the number of shares that I am issuing. I have removed the share premium and the nominal value. The nominal value has gone to the share capital and the share premium has gone to the share premium. Is it understood? We have separated the amount we got on the application, understanding that there was a premium. So we have removed the premium and sent it to the share premium account, and the nominal value has gone to the share capital account. Right. Now the next part of the double entry system. You remember that we got 120,000 applications. We got 120,000 applications, correct? But how many shares are we issuing? We are issuing only 100,000 shares. So when you got 120,000 applications, if we are only issuing 100,000 shares, we can see there is an excess amount of applications here. excess amount of applications. Excess amount of applications. I did explain to you in my IPO issue, so in the IPO process, the excess amount of applications can either be scaled down. The directors will decide whether they are going to use a pro rata basis or whether they are going to reject and refund the excess application. It's left to them, right? In this question, I'm assuming that all the excess applications are being rejected and refunded. Okay, so these 20,000 applications are being rejected and refunded at how much each? I got this at the application stage. So at 0.5 each, it's going to be rejected and refunded. It's going to be rejected and refunded. Is it clear how we got that amount? 120,000 applications we received. We have not having 100,000 shares. 20,000 applications are excess at how much? At the application amount of 0.5. Is it clear? It's excess at the application amount of 0.5. When you say it's going to be rejected and refund, this money has to go back to the applicants. Has to go back to the applicant. There's a cash outflow then. There's a cash outflow then. So the cash outflow will be, I'll always start from the way that you understand it. Cash outflow is from the bank. So I'll credit my bank by 10,000. I will credit my bank by 10,000. What am I refunding? Application money. It's in the application and allotment account. I will debit my application allotment account by 10,000. Is it clear how we got the excess applications? Number of shares issued, number of applications, then you find the excess to application money that has to go out of the bank. So your bank is credit, your application allotment is debit. Clear? Good to go? Great. Understanding is very important to get accounting done correctly. Now we'll go to the allotment of shares. Okay. Now the allotment of shares, right? The allotment of shares, okay, the allotment of shares are now based on the number of shares issued. So we have 100,000 shares. How much is the allotment amount? 0.3, isn't it? So 0.3. So 0.3 will be 30,000 pounds. 0.3 will be 30,000 pounds. Okay. This 30,000 pounds represents nominal value of share premium. It's very important to understand the question. Does it represent the nominal value or the share premium? Now the share premium is done. The share premium is done. Why? We saw that the premium was 0.2. They have already removed the share premium. So that story is all done. Hereafter, whatever is left in the question, whatever is left in allotment and call is the nominal value. Isn't it so? Because the premium amount has already been transferred to the share premium account. Okay. So this represents nominal value. The transaction, I've always said, if the nominal value amount has to be always in the ordinary share capital. So allotment of shares, I'm pretty sure now this has to go to the ordinary share capital. So I will credit my ordinary share capital. 0.3 allotment amount per share, 100,000 shares, that was 30,000. That is the allotments. That's allotment. So if I credit my ordinary share capital, I will debit my application and allotment. If I credit my ordinary share capital, I will debit my application and allotment. Remember, for this question, I'm not using any narratives because I'm using somewhat of a very small board for you. So I have to utilize my space in a very scarce way. Okay, right. So when you have now allotted the shares, you get this money, isn't it so? Shareholders are going to pay 0.3 into 100,000, 30,000. The amount that you have allotted has to come into the bank account again. That's a cash inflow, isn't it so? So I'll debit my bank. I will debit my bank by 30,000. Which money am I getting? Allotment money. I will credit my application allotment by 30,000. Clear? So I got the money. Bank account is debit. My application allotment account is credit. Is it clear? So far we have collected the application amount. We have so far collected the allotment amount. Right. Next one is the call amount. Okay. How much are we going to get on the call? 0.4. Call is going to be 0.4. So your call amount is going to be the number of shares issued 100,000 into 0.4, that will be 40,000, isn't it so? Number of shares issued into the call amount is 0.4, that will be 40,000. Okay. Once again, I have always now explained to you that the share premium transaction is done. So everything that comes here after is going to be nominal value. Therefore, without any issue, we know that this has to go to the ordinary share capital. We'll get this money as well. So when you get this money, your bank account is going to be debit by 40,000 and your call account is going to be credit by 40,000. Why? Because you are getting the call money. Your bank is debit by 40,000. Your call is credit by 40,000. Is it clear? This 40,000 is also representing nominal value, isn't it so? We see here 0.3 nominal value. We see here 0.3 nominal value. We see here 0.4 nominal value. 0.3 plus 0.3 plus 0.4 makes up the £1, which was the nominal value of a share, isn't it? So that money also has to go to the ordinary share capital. I hope you can see what I'm writing down here. The call account is debit and the ordinary share capital account is credit. The call account is debit, the ordinary share capital account is credit. Now, transactions are all done, very simple. We did the application, we transferred the nominal value and the share premium. We looked at the excess application, then we refunded it. We did the allotment, we recorded the allotment money. We did the call and we recorded the call money. So those are the steps that you have to understand before we go into deeper, complex and bigger questions as it appears in the Edexcel exam. So you have to understand this theory very clearly. Keep the double entries in mind. Break down the calculations, do some workings, understand the workings. From the workings, you better understand the double entry system. So I told you you have to have a good idea about the calculations and you need to have a good idea about the double entry and the theory. If those things are working together, you will be good in the double entry system for issue of shares, right? I'm going to teach you another secret now. Secret is, now you can see the ordinary share capital has got a transaction here for 30,000. You can see the ordinary share capital has got another transaction here for 30,000. And unfortunately, the last one is here 40,000. You can see that's also ordinary share capital. The last journal entry is also ordinary share capital. So the ordinary share capital account had got three amounts, right? Three amounts. The ordinary share capital had got three transactions. We saw from the application amount, we collected how much? 30,000. From the allotment stage, we collected another 30,000. From the call stage, we collected another 40,000. Okay. Total we collected was 100,000. 100,000. Remember, the secret is the amount you get in the ordinary share capital if there was no opening balance. So don't mistake me. If there was no opening balance, if you have only issued 100,000 ordinary shares, no opening balance, I'm only talking of this 100,000 shares issued. The balance in the ordinary share capital has to be always equal to number of shares issued multiplied by the nominal value of a share. Okay, is it clear? How many shares are we issuing? 100,000. What is the nominal value of a share? £1. So 100,000 shares into £1 is 100,000. That is exactly the balance that is there in the share capital. So that will give you a small idea about that your amount is correct in the sum that you have worked out. Is it clear? Right. Just to sum up what we have done for today. We looked at the accounting entries, the application money, we transferred the application, the nominal value and the share premium, right? We did the excess application refund, We did the allotment. We recorded the allotment money. We recorded the call, and we saw that the nominal value is equal to 100,000 in the ordinary share capital account. Is it clear? Right. My next lesson is going to go into deeper into questions. Okay. So I hope that you will follow the channel, you will subscribe it, you will share it, and you will be always looking forward for the next video, which will motivate me to do more contents for you. So the next lesson that I'm going to put for you is going to be issue of shares with another question. And then for grade 11s, stay tuned. Your first lesson is going to come up very soon. Introduction to Accounting. Thank you very much, and I wish you a wonderful day. Take care. See you soon.